Hi there, my lazy friend! Do you remember that last week we went back to the first grade to be alphabetized in Portuguese? So, today we are having our second first grade class because we'll learn the vowels in Portuguese. Bora lá? Did you know that the vowels or vogais are the most important elements of the syllable in Portuguese? That happens because a syllable cannot be formed by only a consonant, but it can be formed by just one vowel, such as the words arara and elefante. We separate those syllables like this: arara, elefante. Did you note that the first syllables of these words are just a and e? That's right. They alone can form a syllable. Other curiosity about vogais in Portuguese is that we almost always put a vowel in the final of the syllable even if it's not written there. For example, the word advogado. Theoretically, we should pronounce the D alone, like this, advogado. But we Brazilians don't normally do that. Or we pronounce advogado with an E or advogado with an E. That happens even with foreign words, as in WhatsApp and hot dog. Do you see? We always manage to put a vogal in the final of the syllable if it finishes with a consonant. In the cases where the syllable finishes with R and S, we sometimes suppress these consonants, such as the words cantar, that we pronounce without the final R, and os meninos, that we pronounce without the final S. But we'll see these special cases in detail later on when we learn about consonants. So, as you can see, we have a preference to finish the syllables with a vogal. That's why the vogais are the most important elements of the words in Brazilian Portuguese. So, let's finally get to the point. As I said before, in Portuguese we have 5 vogais in the alphabet, but phonetically we have 7 vogais. Do you know why? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. If you thought that some vogais can have more than one sound, you are correct. Troféu joinha para você. As you can see over here, the vogais E and O can have 2 sounds. But do you know why the vogais are arranged in this triangle like this? Because of the position they occupy in the mouth, like in this image. But we'll not talk about this here because we are only in first grade. So the important thing is to know how these 7 vogais are pronounced so we can speak Portuguese well. But one thing this triangle doesn't show is that vogais are separated into orais and nasais. It only shows the vogais orais. So, let's start from here. Vogais orais are defined by the free passage of the air through the mouth, and they are a, e, o, I, and u. Hence, e, o, and o are the variations of the vogais E and O, respectively. Now, I'll explain you how to move your mouth to pronounce these vogais through the following examples. In cabeça, the phoneme A will be pronounced with the mouth wide open, like this, A. In pé, it's a similar movement, but we open a few less, like E. In orelha, we'll close our mouth a little bit more, like this, E. In nariz, we'll open our mouth but close our teeth, like this, I. In olhos, we'll pretend we are going to kiss somebody, so we'll start to prepare our lips, like this, ó. In boca, we'll get a little closer, but we have not yet touched their mouth, like this, O. Finally, the word pulso is the moment we were all waiting for, mostly because of lockdown. Our lips are all prepared to materialize this kiss. Ooh. But don't forget, Brazilians use a lot their tongues, so the kiss doesn't stop there. However, that's something you will have to try yourselves. So, is everything okay with the vogais orais? If not, go back and try again until you do it right. Alright? It doesn't need to be perfect, but the more you practice, the better you'll do it. Now, I'll show you how we Brazilians learn the vogais. So, listen closely to the song my niece will sing for us.
O sapo não lava o pé, não lava porque não quer. Ele mora lá na lagoa e não lava o pé porque não quer. Mas que chulé! A sapa na lava pá, na lava barcanaca. A lamara lá na laga, na lava barcanaca. Mas cachalá. Esse penelevp, neleve perché ne che. Ele merele nelege, neleve perché ne che. Mesquexele. Isipi nilivipi, nilivi pirquiniki. Ilimirili niligi, nilivi pirquiniki. Misquixili. O sopo no lovopo, no lovo porco no co. O lomoro lo no logo, no lovo po porco no co. Mosco cholô. O supo no luvo po, no luvo porco no co. O lumuro lo no lugu, no luvo po porco no co. Mosco chulô.
It's perfect for learning it, right? So, try to sing along. Finally, we are going to talk about the vogais nasais. And for most foreigners, that's where the problem lies, because most languages sadly don't have the vogais nasais. Thus, in Portuguese, we nasalize the 5 vogais, and they are defined by the free passage of the air both through the mouth and the nose. There are 2 contexts in which you'll see the vogais being nasalized. Context number 1. When we add the grapheme TIL only on top of the vowels A and O, like irmã, irmão, mãe, põe, tubarões. It's important to note that words with are much more common than words with in Portuguese. Context number 2. When all vowels precede in the same syllable the consonants M and N, such as lâmpada, em, Belém, língua, bombom, bumbum. It was not boom boom, but umbigo. Note that when we nasalize the vogais, our nose vibrates. So the thing is, you must be capable of making your nose vibrate with the air. If you are having trouble, close your mouth and try to free the air, but don't open it, like this. Did you note that my nose moved? And you felt it vibrating, right? Now, try to take the air to your nose. Finally, try to say all the words I said using this technique. Repeat after me. Mãe, lâmpada, bombom, umbigo. It worked. If not, all you have to do is plug your nose and you will be doing it just fine. That's it, my lazy friend. So, today we learned the 2 types of vogais we have in Portuguese, as orais e as nasais, and that phonetically we have 7 vogais orais and 5 vogais nasais, and that the difference between them depends on the free passage of the air through our mouth and nose. If you have any questions, again, don't hesitate to ask me. I really want to help you to do it right. So I'll leave the link where you can record your voice and post the link below. Also, on my Instagram, there are a lot of practice videos about this subject, so be sure to follow me to improve yourself. And I'll leave 2 challenges for you. The first one is to record your voice singing the frog song, and the second one is to record your voice trying to say this tongue twister, or trava-língua. O tempo perguntou ao tempo quanto tempo o tempo tem. O tempo respondeu ao tempo que o tempo tem o tempo que o tempo tem. On the description, there's an Instagram link where you can see the fast and slow versions of this trava-língua for practice. So, leave your comment, like the video, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. And be sure to watch the next video because we are going to see some special cases about vogais. A gente se vê lá. Tchau, tchau!